Unprecedented information has just surfaced involving the Los Angeles Chargers, and what's being orchestrated behind the scenes in the NFL could completely change the franchise's course. A big name, an aggressive move by management, and a signing that, if confirmed, will leave Chargers fans simply ecstatic. We're talking about a reinforcement that will elevate the team's level, immediately impact the roster, and take the Bolts to another level. But hold on, the most impressive part is yet to come. Before I reveal all the details of this potential bombshell that's about to explode, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. Here you won't miss anything that happens with the Chargers, and I'll be following every step of this negotiation until the official announcement. Now let's get straight to the point. Sources close to the NFL indicate that the Chargers are very close to closing a major deal involving strategic moves. Let's start with the bombshell. The Los Angeles Chargers need a new offensive coordinator, and at the same time, former Miami Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel is looking for a new job. At first glance, this might seem like a distant coincidence, something unlikely to happen, but now this combination is starting to make a lot of sense. Mike McDaniel coaching Justin Herbert isn't just an interesting idea, it's possibly the best offensive pairing available in the entire NFL today. A few years ago, McDaniel was seen as one of the league's most promising coaches, a true offensive genius responsible for modern, aggressive, and extremely explosive schemes. Everything indicated that he would have a long career as a head coach. However, the most recent rumors have completely changed this scenario. According to Greg Auman of Fox Sports, Mike McDaniel will be interviewed for the offensive coordinator position with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And here's the most important point of this information. According to Auman, McDaniel prefers to take on an excellent opportunity as offensive coordinator rather than accept an unattractive position as head coach. This is exactly where the Chargers come in full force. Let's be blunt. The Chargers currently have, without exaggeration, the best offensive coordinator position in the NFL. Justin Herbert, alone, makes this position the most attractive on the market. Herbert remains an elite quarterback, the kind every offensive coach dreams of leading. It's extremely rare in the NFL for a coordinator to have the chance to work with a QB of this caliber, at his peak and with enormous room for growth. And it doesn't stop there. The Chargers offer something that very few franchises can put on the table simultaneously: an offense with real Super Bowl potential, a young and extremely talented roster, an experienced head coach like Jim Harbaugh, and perhaps most importantly, a perfect stage for Mike McDaniel to regain his value in the league. If McDaniel takes over this offense and does what everyone believes he's capable of, he would immediately become one of the most coveted names in the coaching market as early as next season. In other words, the Chargers wouldn't be a plan B in his career, but rather a true elite stepping stone. And today, Mike McDaniel is by far the best option available to put the Chargers in a real position to contend for the Super Bowl as early as next season. Only time will tell if this rumor will be confirmed, but if it's true, Mike McDaniel will almost certainly be the Chargers' new offensive coordinator this winter. And if that happens, everything changes. And while this rumor continues to heat up behind the scenes in the NFL, the Chargers are making it clear that they are not standing still. The management acted quickly after Greg Roman's dismissal and immediately began moving to find the new offensive leader. Even before the end-of-season press conference with coach Jim Harbaugh and general manager Joe Ortiz, the franchise had already announced the first interview for the position. The name revealed was Marcus Brady. Brady, 46, has already completed his interview for the offensive coordinator position and currently holds the role of passing game coordinator for the Chargers, a position he assumed upon joining the team along with Jim Harbaugh in 2024. This means he already knows the roster well, works daily with Justin Herbert, and perfectly understands the coaching staff's philosophy. This inside knowledge weighs heavily in his favor in a process like this. Before arriving in Los Angeles, Marcus Brady had a significant stint with the Philadelphia Eagles and built a solid career with the Indianapolis Colts, where he first served as a position coach and later as offensive coordinator. For those who have followed the NFL for a longer time, Brady was precisely the professional who replaced Nick Sirianni as offensive coordinator. He was part of the Colts offense and later reunited with him on the Eagles. In short, he is an extremely qualified coach with proven experience, and he's definitely not being considered by chance. This recognition doesn't just come from within the Chargers. About a year ago, teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers already showed strong interest in Marcus Brady for similar positions, demonstrating how highly regarded he is within the league. However, it's crucial to pay attention to a very important detail. Marcus Brady is just the first of several candidates who should be interviewed. For the first time in his his NFL career, Jim Harbaugh will not have Greg Roman by his side, and this opens up space for a real change in offensive identity. The Chargers urgently need to inject more modern concepts into an offense that features Justin Herbert, an indisputably top 10 quarterback in the league. It makes no sense to have talent of that level and operate a predictable, rigid, and uncreative system. Whoever takes on this role will have top-tier material at their disposal and the responsibility of extracting the maximum potential from one of the NFL's most promising offenses. Now it's time to look on the bright side, even after a painful elimination that still weighs on the fans' memory. Yes, the defeat still hurts. Yes, the New England Patriots are still alive in the playoffs. And yes, the Chargers will again pick 22nd in the draft, exactly as happened in 2024. But in the midst of all this, there is an extremely encouraging piece of news that went unnoticed by many people. The Chargers' 2025 draft class was one of the best in the entire NFL. According to ESPN, the franchise had the 8th most productive rookie class in the league, a fact that in itself is already noteworthy. And the most impressive thing is that within the AFC West, the Chargers led by a wide margin, finishing ahead of the Broncos, Chiefs, and Raiders, showing that the team's future may be even more promising than many imagine. On offense, the rookie's impact was immediate and very significant. Oronda Godston established himself as an important piece, finishing the season with 49 receptions, 664 yards, and 3 touchdowns, being one of the team's most reliable targets. Omarion Hampton, even facing physical problems and missing games due to injury, managed solid numbers, with 124 carries for 545 yards and 4 touchdowns, proving his value whenever he was on the field. Trey Harris, despite a performance below expectations, also contributed, totaling 30 receptions, 324 yards, and 1 touchdown, showing that there is still room for improvement. On defense, the standout among the rookies was R.J. Mickens. The safety started 5 games, accumulated 29 tackles, and also recorded 2 interceptions, playing in a strong group alongside Derwin James and Elijah Molden, which further reinforces the team's defensive solidity for the coming years. When we put all these pieces together, the picture becomes clear. The Chargers have a young and talented offense, an elite quarterback, an extremely productive rookie class, offer one of the most attractive offensive coordinator positions in the NFL, and may even have a true offensive genius available on the market. The franchise is at a decisive moment in its history. If Jim Harbaugh gets this signing right, the offense could take an immediate leap. And if the name is Mike McDaniel, fans can get ready, because the Chargers offense has everything to finally become what the fans have been waiting for years. And now I want to know from you, what do you think of everything that is happening behind the scenes with the Chargers? The future may be changing before our eyes, and this next decision could be a turning point for the franchise. If you enjoyed this content, leave a like. It really helps the channel to continue bringing hot news and complete analysis about the Bolts. Subscribe so you don't miss any updates and comment below with your opinion.